President candidate category, and we will have the opening speech starting with Changiz Sadr.
Yes, perfect. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, York Chapter. Dennis, Daniel, Gordon, and everyone. I'm a chapter person myself. I'm from Willowdale Chapter in East Central Region Consular currently. So York Chapter is one of the chapters in the region. The second largest chapter of Ontario, and definitely the most active chapter of PEO. I can say this definitely because as an RCC chair, I have been going to many other chapters in other regions, and I have seen the activities. So definitely your chapter is a very active chapter and the most active. Although I'm not from York Chapter, I'm from Willowdale, but I see York Chapter as my home chapter. I have been involved in York Chapter in many events. Last Saturday morning, I was honored to be invited as a judge for Engineering Project of the Year Award program of York Chapter at one of the hotels here at close to Highway 7 in Leslie. So it was really an honor, and I have been attending many other chapter events. So I am a chapter person. I feel and I share the joy of success of your chapter along with you chapter members, and I can voice you at PEO. Thank you.
Thank you, Changiz. And our second candidate is Nancy
Hill.
Hill.
It's real. I didn't send you the how to pronounce it. How do I, my name, I thought it was sort of obvious. Anyway, sorry. So good morning. I'd like to thank York Chapter, KPMG, and really all of you for giving up your Saturday mornings to come and listen to us talk and debate some of the issues that face PEO. My name is Nancy Hill, and I'm running for the position of Vice President. You may ask, what do I bring to the table? I would say I bring a proven record of leadership within PEO and with other engineering stakeholder organizations. As chair of the Complaints Committee, we instituted measures to speed up the resolution of complaints such that more straightforward complaints could proceed more quickly through the system rather than the previous first in, first out. As chair of the Awards Committee, we stole from the York Chapter their Project of the Year program, and we instituted that on an Ontario basis. Thank you for your leadership on that. As chair of the Audit Committee, we instituted more internal controls in regard to PEO finances. And as chair of the Women in Engineering Advisory Committee, we worked with Council to institute harassment as part of professional misconduct, making Ontario the first in Canada to do this, and hopefully to make it PEO more inclusive. Currently, as vice chair of term limits task force, trying to make it mandatory. Once again, please vote, and hopefully you'll support me as VP. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. We'll start with our first question. Based on an OSFI report, only 30% engineering graduates in Ontario are working in jobs that require an engineering degree. What actions should be taken, if any, to alleviate the situation? We will start with Nancy.
Okay, I think that there's an erosion within our legislature in terms of when an engineering degree is required, and I think that we need to do a lot more work on the demand side legislation. So rather than saying a qualified person, we specifically need to say that it's a P.Eng that needs to do this. I also think that sometimes we view engineering a little bit narrowly. I think there's a lot of emerging disciplines, such as industrial engineering and say biomedical engineering and those kinds of things. And I think we need to look at it very carefully in terms of how we position ourselves showing that we add value and that there's a need to get licensed, even if in your particular job you may not need it. That's
Thank you,
over to you,
Nancy.
Changiz.
Thank you. Thank you. I mentioned this before, that one reason that we have low turnout in even number of P.Engs in the industry, or the requirement of engineering for many of the type of engineering work. I'm a practicing engineer myself, but my stamp is in its original package that I received in 1999 because I don't use it, I don't need it. The reason is the lack of value of engineering in the market is not recognized by the members. And this is something that we need to increase the value of engineering. We need to raise the profile of engineering. And as you can see on my profile, one of the goals that I have mentioned here, better promote our profession and raise the value of engineering through public awareness, and further create the trust that is associated with Professional Engineers Ontario. That trust does not exist today, and we together need to create that. Thank you.
Thank you, Changiz. And our second question is, what do you see as the benefits and drawbacks of the compulsory PEAK program to our profession? And we will start with Changiz.
Thank you. Yeah, the PEAK program is not about compulsory the development program. It's about continuing professional development, CPD. But the PEAK program the purpose of PEAK program is to collect information from members. That's it. It's a voluntary action, and even after March 31st, when it's going to be implemented, it will be optional and voluntary to the members. The purpose is just to collect information from the members after 1 year. In June of 2018, when registrar is reporting back to the council, we may have enough information to go back to the members and to the government and to tell them our members are doing whatever it takes to remain competent, and we do not need a mandatory CPD, and that may happen. So the PEAK is about just collecting information, not about CPD. Thank you.
Thank you, Changiz. And we'll have Nancy.
Okay, I think one of the real problems with PEO right now is that we do a great job in terms of gatekeeping. So once you get in terms of getting your license, I think everybody who gets their license is qualified. Once you're through the gate, we don't have any information. And I think PEAK is one way that we get that information. So people come to us, government, looking for labor market information. We don't know that. We don't know how many people are practicing civil, industrial, biochemical. We don't have that information. So PEAK is an opportunity to do that. In terms of the weaknesses, I think it actually could get better information, but I think it's a start. And I think once we start, we can then see where the gaps are. I also think, I think it's also a really creative program in terms of looking at risk management and in terms of how much say CPD is recommended for what you do. And it also gives a lot of information for how to reduce that risk.
Thank you, Nancy. And finally, we'll have the concluding remarks, and we'll start with Nancy.
Okay, so thank you once again for inviting me. I missed my last point in my intro, so I'm going to go start with it. And that is that currently I'm serving as the vice chair of the Council Term Limits Task Force. And in that, we are making recommendations for mandatory term limits for all positions. And we're hoping that with that, we will actually increase turnover, provide new opportunities for people, eliminate the recycling of candidates, and hopefully result in a more diverse council. So I'm really proud of that work. It started with Matthew Z with a motion at the AGM that he seconded with me and worked with me on that. and I'm hopeful that council will receive that positively. And if elected, I'll come up with more ideas of things to do to make things better.
Thank you. If you look at my profile, I have 3 words as the main goal and what I have done: accountability, transparency, and respect. So I'm not talking about what I'm going to do. The best is what I have done already as a East Central Region Consulate. The second e-blast was sent out on Tuesday of this week, just 3 days ago. Please go and look at that. That's a letter from one of the former female chairs of Willow del Torquil chapter about the term limit and about getting young engineers involved in the governance of the chapters. That's what I've done. And that's what I'm going to do, to continue to do at council. So please look at my website, sadr.ca, sadr.ca. Look at my profile, compare it with others. And if you like that profile, which I'm sure you do, support me and vote for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Changiz, and thank you very much to our Vice President candidates.